You now come here into this season, of course, you win the A-Sun. You have to be trying to stay at that upper echelon, at least of your conference, if not the remainder of the country, and it's got to start right here. You got to start it first play, win the faceoff.
Tommy Burke for Ohio State. He'll start in the Faceoff X, the 4-year starter from Vermont. He was third in the NCAA in faceoff percentage. He's going up against Tyler Kloeckl, 48% last season. And we're underway from Columbus, Ohio State with the first possession. Ohio State last year finished at a 5-9, a preseason All-A-Sun member in Bradbury. Assist goes to Jordan Hyde, and in the goal for Ohio State this season, it's a new guy in Henry Blake. He backed up Skylar Wayland and Caton Johnson last season. As Nick Myers told us this week, he knew it was going to be some growing pains in the beginning for their goalkeeper, and you see Blake, he led up already 1 goal down to Utah.
You know, especially not playing last year as well. That can factor in how you play at the beginning of a new season. Round 2.
Moyer, the Canadian native who had 24 goals last season with 7 assists, his first of the season. And Utah on the road up 2-0. Both teams this season received some votes in the top 20, but did not make in the rankings. And Colin Brown's going quick. Ohio State could use a goal right now, as Utah has all the momentum with a 2 in the Faceoff X. Utah has lost all the faceoffs until just now. Great dodge and a goal! What a goal for Ryan Steins. The fake out, top cheddar.
Well, how do you answer back? That's how you do it, is you win the faceoff, you move quick, you go right across, you get Henry Blake to move just 2 feet forward, and you have all that space behind him. You flick it across your body. And as much as Ohio State gets one, you say, hey, guess what? We're still up 2.
Steins with the quick answer, just 8 seconds after the first Ohio State goal, 3-1. Back to Kloeckl and Burke in the middle. Kloeckl with some good clamping. And it's going to come Utah's way. But Utah's going to get a half across the field. Moyer steps into the restraining box. He's got a shorty on. In ground balls, that's where it's going to help you out.
Yeah, they're
first in the A-Sun as well.
Yeah, they're a really gritty team. We've seen that a lot.
Second goal of the game for Carson Moyer. Ohio State wins the possession. Buckeyes down at home early.
And a couple of them from Marinier have bounced off the actual goalposts themselves, but that's about as close as it's gotten. Utah has been very strong defensively.
Tommy Burke in the Faceoff X doing what Ohio State needed from the transfer portal this season. They were dead last in the Big Ten in faceoff percentage. Last year they dealt with some injuries. How do you get back into this game down 4 goals already?
I think it really is win the ground balls, and your defense, they have to be as strong as they possibly can. Be a stalwart in the Big Ten, why don't you? Get involved. Check them a little bit.
He had 27 goals last season. Goal number 1 on the year for number 10 in the all-white. Utah wearing their all-black uniforms, red helmets. Ohio State white tops, gray pants, white helmets. So it's a nice uniform scheme. Timeout, Utah. They
got up and was like, all right, I'm ready to go. Let's do it. And rightfully so for the training staff to get him off, give him a breather for a couple of minutes, because maybe in 30 seconds he goes, all right, I'm good. Get me back out, because you know the Utes are going to do it.
Steins already at the top part of the bench, ready to check back in as Zachary White took his place for just a moment. We'll see who wins the possession. This time it's Tommy Burke for Ohio State. He's going to find the helping stick in Henry Blake. Ohio State could use a goal to put themselves within 3. Van Buren, wide open goal as Lenscold was out of goal. They're going to call that a shot. Penalty is releasable. Back to all even, 6-3, 9:55 to go in the second quarter. Thanks again for joining us on Big Ten Plus. Kloeckl can't recover. Who's going to win the ground ball? Good check from Ohio State. We're going quick now. And Langermeyer picks it up. Ed Sheehan has the ball.
Take it.
His first goal as a Buckeye, Gannon Matthews in the scarlet and gray. Matthews grew up in Idaho, in Eagle, Idaho specifically, and a penalty going to be called against Utah. Burke was just absolutely decked by Tyler Kloeckl.
It looked like he was hit on the ankles when he was going for the shot, and Kloeckl fell right down.
Season number 75 for Ohio State in lacrosse history. And this team right now, they have all the momentum in their favor. Just a minute to go. And the Buckeyes tied things up before halftime. Camille will come off.
Up and throw a punch of their own.
Here for some college lacrosse on Big Ten Plus with Austin Kroom, the rest of our crew, and I'm Matt Goldman. Thanks for joining us. Second half underway. Tommy Burke wins faceoff number 10 for Ohio State. The faceoff X has been Ohio State's friend. The scoreboard not as much. Down one. Kurt Brune, third goal of the day for Gannon Matthews. Faceoff violation on Ohio State and Utah ball. And we've got ourselves a tie game here in Columbus. How does Utah respond is the big question. Ohio State team Greenblatt picked it up after the rebound off of the goalie and lens cold in Ohio State's. Greenblatt puts it back in. First goal of the season, first as a Buckeye. Came from Binghamton, the graduate midfielder, a Massapequa, New York native. Now can Utah respond? So with no Bobby Van Buren on the field for Ohio State, the All-American, unknown to his location, has to hurt Ohio State's defense a little bit. Burke wins the faceoff. Snyder. He'll roll it to his midfielder into Chico. In the white, it's Tommy Burke, the Vermont transfer. 4 years at Vermont. Third in the NCAA last year in faceoff percentage. This time it's Kloeckl's battle to win. Gives it up quickly to Bradbury. And it's going to be the possession of the Utes.
Expect a lot more substitutions as well, and as fast as they possibly can, get the offense on, get the lead up, and stay on defense.
Long stick on for Utah, and great save from Mayer. Excuse me, that was Henry Blake with the save. Long stick goal! It's Mikey Crane, the freshman from Colorado. We're only 26 seconds in, and Utah with the goal in the fourth quarter.
Not only is he a freshman, not only is he a long stickman, but this is the first time in he's really gotten the open look. As you see the move arounds from the teammates, the misfire, the recoil, the bounce in, just able to get it past Henry Blake. He's got to feel like $1,000,000 right now to get the advantage.
What an advantage for Utah, 8-7 for the Utes. Now will the Buckeyes respond with the goal of their own? It's all in this face-off between Burke and Kloeckl. The wings come in for the Buckeyes. Langermeyer battling it out, and he comes away with another ground ball. It's where he's had all of his success. Langermeyer, the senior, 18 ground balls left. Find the rhythm. McGee's first goal of the game, first of the season.
Not a better time than the present.
Second season of the Ohio State Lacrosse Stadium. Fans are packed in, and for fans who may not know, Ohio State used to play in the Ohio Stadium Horseshoe, the football stadium with over 104,000 seats. And finally, the men's and women's teams, they got their own stadium, and it's a beautiful sight for the sport.
And as much as playing in the Horseshoe is historic, when you have your own home, you kind of have your own shooting space and your locker rooms right next to it. When you go out onto the field and you see all the fans that are packed in for the first day, you have a space for exchanging blows quickly here.
Second goal of the game, Ben Mayer. Burke with another face-off win. Dominant in the X.
In the past few minutes, how many goals have we seen? 4. How many have been to by the way of the Buckeyes? 3 of them.
Matthews played 2 seasons for Cleveland State. He was in the A-Sun Conference. He was the freshman of the year in 2022. in the midfielder of the year in 2023. What a find for Nick Myers. 24 goals, 22 assists last season for the Cleveland State Vikings. You can see why Coach Myers really wanted games.
In the game that Lenz Cole's been playing, even the all-freshman first team from the A-Sun, he's only in his second year, Matt. You're finding those holes, and you're finding them well. Even with guys who have been in other conferences or in transfers, when you find them, you use them to your advantage.
Utah, they'll have to go quick with Cody Hart. And it looks to be almost a turnover. Good save by Carson Moyer. Moyer with 2 goals on the day. Denied. Jake